I've been wanting to see is Jawa with my own eyes, where ancient volcanoes wash over the landscape and waterfalls carve through lush canyons. Every scene tells a story of geological wonders, and every moment is an invitation to discover the extraordinary. The day before visiting Mount Ijen, we found ourselves a unique stay in the Bayuwangi area. Among all the stays we have been through, Bamboo Bee Hotel is definitely one of the most memorable ones. As it lives up by its name, the hotel structure was mostly made from bamboos and well equipped with fresh water and running electricity. This stay has definitely exceeded our expectations. Bayuwangi, also known as the Sunrise of Java, because it is located at the easternmost of the Java island. Not too far away from the hotel, we can see Bayuwangi's tallest mountain, Mount Raung, as it holds the title as one of the most extreme and active volcanoes in Indonesia. The Regency was also known for its rich agricultural economy, and just beside our hotel, there was already a big tomato farm. We can see that several farmers are removing the terminal bud of the tomato plant, so it helps the plant to grow better fruits instead of growing a new flower. We spend the rest of the day just relaxing and getting ready for tomorrow's exploration. Next day, we have to get ready by 1 AM as we need at least a 30-minute drive to the Mount Ijen base entrance. During midnight, the temperature of Ijen base could drop under 10 degrees Celsius. We'll have to take some supper and warm drinks in the base hut before our hike. Right now it's around 2 AM and it's very cold. As you can see, there's literally mist coming out from my mouth. And what we'll expect is we'll see some blue fire if we are lucky enough, and then we'll go to see the Sulpur lake. Hopefully we're able to catch time to see the sunrise. The good thing is they also provide us some masks, so when we go up there to feel less disgusted by the sulfuric smell. Alright, okay, let's go. When we started to hike, we could already see some tourists taking the trolley taxi service. We learned that the taxi fare could start from 800,000 Indo rupees to take you from the base up to the crater rim. As we get closer to the crater rim, the pungent sulfuric smell is getting stronger. Like a stench of a rotten eggs, inhaling too much can cause one to feel headache, nauseous, and is very risky to our respiratory system. So, it's time to better gear up our masks. Once we reach the top of the crater rim, we'll have to hike down to the base of the sulfuric lake to witness the famous blue fire. For now, the road hiking down will be very rough and rocky, bringing a headlamp is necessary for our own safety. Once we reach the base of the highly acidic crater lake, we can see the toxic fumes of the sulfuric gas released through the hydrothermal vents, the contact of the hot gas with the cooler air, and the combustion of the sulfur with the oxygen produce the blue fire. One of the only two natural blue fire phenomena in the world. Once the red molten sulfur cools down, it turns into solid with the bright yellow colors. When the day breaks, we hike up to the crater rim. The view of the largest acidic lake in the world takes our breath away. Watching the greyish-white fumes drift out from the below, we stay at the crater rim, marveling at the bizarre beauty of this otherworldly landscape.
Look at that! All volcanoes!
Moving forward to the Sukapura village in Probolinggo, we settled in a homestay to get some rest and ready for venturing further into the mystical landscape of the Regency. Right now we are at the Bromo homestay. It's actually called the Gubuk homestay. Surprisingly, in this homestay it's quite chilly as well. It has a nice room, nice facilities, nice environment, and it's very cold at night. It's around 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. There are two main attractions we are going to visit around this area. One of the attraction is of course Mount Bromo, and then the second attraction is the Madakaripura waterfall. So I'm pretty looking forward to these two places. Okay, so I'm about to have my breakfast. Stay tuned. Amazingly, we met a local vendor who carries his own store selling bakso. Bakso is originated from Indonesia and a very popular dish in East Java. To be honest, we have tried so many bakso during our trip so far. This one made it to the top spot. To visit the waterfall, we have to go through a small road that is only accessible by motorbike. And due to the local guidelines, it will be necessary to hire a guide who will also provide some safety helmets. The statue of the Gajah Mada in a seated meditation position will greet every visitor while entering the waterfall. Before approaching the waterfall, we'll have to trek around 20 minutes of the rocky path, and with some well-built bridges as well. As the rumbling sound of the waterfall grows louder, we knew we are getting closer. To trek inside the waterfall, it is inevitable to get wet, so it may be best to have some raincoats and umbrella to protect valuable things such as your cameras and electronics. Crossing through the park with the spellbinding feature of the water curtains not only pleases the eyes but also freshens the body and soul. The path is surrounded by very high walls and slowly led to a surreal tube-like valley which revealed the 200 meters gallon waterfall, which Madakaripura is known as the highest waterfall in Java. We will then stop by a very peaceful place known as the Nyadisari. Along the way, we even passed by a few big plots of farm. I'm not sure they are growing scallions or green onions, but they do look very well harvested. After passing the farm and getting closer to the edge of a cliff, we finally witnessed the panorama view of the Bromo Semeru National Park. The whole national park covers a massive area of 800 square kilometers. Located at the center of East Java, it is also only the conservation area in Indonesia that has the sand sea, or they call it the Laut Pasir Tengger. The park is the home of a cluster of volcanoes, which is Mount Batok, Mount Krusi, Mount Widodaren, and the most iconic, Mount Bromo. Mount Bromo is the only active volcano in Tenggin Caldera. During the following day at 2 AM, we are getting ready to catch the sunrise of Tenggin Caldera view from the Gunung Penanjakan. It's best to hire a guide and take a jeep up to the base of the viewpoint. The temperature is freezing, even though we are not at the higher elevation yet. Before that, we will pass by a lot of local stores selling mainly hot cup noodles, some snacks, even hot coffee and tea. The food always tastes better under these cold conditions. When it's almost 5 AM, we have to stand by at the viewpoint and wait for the sunrise. Unfortunately, the thick clouds with very strong wind blocking the view of the Tenggin Caldera. Without very clear view, it's very hard to not feel disappointed, but the moving clouds and the very low visibility creates another form of the otherworldly experience. Without waiting further, we quickly jump back to the jeep, ready to ride down to the sea of sand.
And you again?
In order to get to the Bromo's crater edge, we must first cross this grey landscape of fine dark volcanic sand. step into this deserted land, it's kind of a reminder you are actually standing inside the caldera of an active volcano. This is still very mind-blowing when you imagine the whole vast area formed by a massive volcano eruption from a long time ago. We'll soon meet the Tanker tribe, the tribe that offers horse riding services up to the starting point of the Mount Bromo staircase. Mount Bromo is a very sacred place for the locals and the Tankerist community. To pay respect to the volcano, feel free to buy some dried viburnum flowers as offerings. As we reach on the crater rim, we can literally feel the raw power and the rumbling from the core of the volcano. It is a very magnificent and intimidating view at the same time. The legend has it that a couple remained childless after many years of marriage, so they meditated on top of Mount Bromo to ask for children, and end up having 24 children, but in one condition that the 25th children must be thrown into the volcano as human sacrifice. So the tradition of offering sacrifice thrown into the crater of the volcano remains until today. Now we are at the Arta Cottage. This is nearby the Tumpak Sewu waterfall. Personally, I really like the landscape design, and then the pool at the center. It forms a really nice courtyard design. It is a very chill, very relaxing environment for us to rest. Today we visited the Mount Bromo, and then we straight away check into this Arta Cottage hotel. So we'll get ready for the tomorrow's trekking to the Tumpak Sewu waterfall, which is one of the very famous, most beautiful waterfall in East Java. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. The Lumajang Regency, overshadowed by Mount Semeru, known as Mahameru, is the highest point on Java, not only in altitude, but also in spiritual significance of the Hindu followers. Tumpak Sewu, also known as Coban Sewu, is no doubt one of Indonesia's most stunning waterfalls. The best way to experience this waterfall is first from the viewpoint. Looking down to the waterfall from above, we can already feel the powerful and serene spectacle of the cascading water. The challenging part of the trek will be hiking down a small waterfall. The road could be slippery. Just have to make sure to grab on something firm while taking every steps. But due to the flash flood happening in the start of July 2023, the surroundings of the waterfall has received quite a lot of damage, and the scenery undergoes a very big change. Despite all that, it is still very mind-blowing while witnessing the thousands of waterfalls plummeting down to the cauldron. In the heart of East Java, we find the vibrant and colorful Jodipan village in Malang. The village used to be a slum area on the verge of eviction. Due to its poor living conditions, the local government of Malang even decided that the village to be demolished and relocate all the residents. However, when a group of students from Muhammadiyah University of Malang came up with the idea to give a whole area a fresh and remarkable splash of paint, and it did change everything. In June 2016, the students partnered with local paint distributors, gathered around the painters from the Air Force and local artists to do the magic. After the makeover, every house, every valley to every corner of the village got a new vibrant touch. This seemingly trivial physical change painted a sense of hope and optimism to the whole village as the environment changed and the economy grew. Strolling through the narrow alleyways with vibrant murals and discover the community-driven initiative that has not only revitalized the village but also brought people together in a celebration of creativity and unity.